Hey, let's get this kicked off here. We've got our little agenda. We got a few updates from lenders that we want to go over, a few internal ESP updates. And then, of course, we're saving the best for last. We got the super secret sales hack. It's going to blow your minds. Seriously, it is very cool. So stay tuned. We're only going to show it once. That's it. So pay attention. Yeah. Who wanted to start it first? We got Enfin up first. Brandon, did you have anything to show on that one? Or yeah.
Yeah, let's start off with this. First,
Yeah.
if you don't have an Enfin account, let's get you set up. We got to get you in the system. And once you're set up, you will get the newsletters that we all receive too. Within the newsletter recently, we got an Enfin update that they are now allowing for a utility bill to be within the last 12 months. Prior to this announcement, it was within 3 months, which is sometimes hard to acquire, right? So as long as you get a utility bill within the last year, Enfin is going to accept it. Now, here's the other good news, right? This isn't from like today's date moving forward. This is retroactive. So if you have any accounts that are pending utility bills and you can't snag that old one, it's okay. Like as long as it's within 12 months. So it's retro. Okay.
Yeah, that's huge. That makes it so much easier.
And another announcement too, and this is something that we're all trying to work with lenders on and better understand, but their resource guide, they've updated their system. It is official. We've asked them several times. Enfin is allowing a second system. Okay. But they will remain on NEM 3 and their previous system will also be converted over to NEM 3. There is no opportunity for a non-export system at this time. I've had a lot of text messages sent to me asking, hey, Enfin doesn't allow second systems anymore. That's totally not the case. Enfin does allow second systems. So I can't say it enough. A second system is okay. You just need to set that homeowner up appropriately for NEM 3 all around for their both previous system and new system. And then I'll take it a step further too. We got Dividend here. They do not allow for second systems or battery only for now.
At all. That's the clarifying point, and maybe that could be my bad for not clarifying the language in the newsletter that went out. The difference here is the difference between a non-export second system or just a plain old second system in general. So yeah, two different lenders, two different policies. Makes sense. Dividend did say stay tuned. Maybe by Q3, they're going to try and bring something back. Anything can happen. So no, don't hold your breath. That was basically what it comes down to.
Yeah. I would say that look out for a couple other lenders that might want to separate themselves from the competition. They might start allowing multi-tariffs. So when that message is received by ESP, we will announce it to the world.
That's right.
Okay. The next thing was expanded coverage, right?
Yes, that is the case. So let's go ahead and pull that up here real quick.
We have expanded our territory, and it's a little tough to tell what the old coverage was versus new coverage because Google Maps likes to be very colorful.
By the way, we are looking at the state of Texas right now.
We are looking at the state of Texas.
Yes. Maybe Brandon, if you zoom out a little bit to give a little bit of reference,
There.
and zoom back in.
There we go.
There we are. That makes a little more sense.
Yep.
We're operating in and around the Dallas-Fort Worth area and moving east and west and south down to the Austin area. There are a lot of selective and weird utilities in Texas. And so check in with us before you start selling all over the place. We also know that there's some serious battery issues and different things in the Texas markets, specifically Waco, where it's pretty difficult to get stuff pushed. So
yeah, Waco, and then also Dallas proper is leaning away from batteries. So we're just saying, hey, head outside of town a little bit in those two territories and you'll be A-okay.
Yeah. I think what's really important is everyone's asked for us to enter that Houston market, and we will get there eventually. As you can see, we were all the way up in this location here, and we're expanding pretty quick, all things considered. So
yeah,
we'll be there very soon.
Texas has huge system sizes too. It's bananas looking at the contrast. Not that California necessarily has small systems per se, but everything's bigger in Texas. They ain't lying.
That's right.
So,
And by the way, these links are available for any dealer owner out there. This is already in your wheelhouse. You can get these links. We also have it set for California. Lean on this tool if you haven't already. Danny, it looks like you got something to say. So,
Oh, I was just going to say, yeah, two things. You don't have to worry about memorizing this entire Google Maps link. Don't worry about that. We have a sort link that we'll share. It's just bit.ly/ESP Cali and ESP Texas. I'll get those out to everybody just so you can have those on hand. We do update them whenever we have an update. So just always good to refer back to these. And yeah, we'll also be expanding kind of the information that's available in these. We want to get a more accurate picture of what the timelines look like in all of these areas. So you'll be able to dial into each of these zips and say, oh, okay, in this particular AHJ, they're doing same day permits and whatever, however fast it installs, all that kind of stuff. We want to have that data at your fingertips so you can plan these blasts. And then the other thing, and I think Andy might be answering Kevin's question here, what credentials do we need to sell in our Texas market? Andy, do you want to answer that?
Yeah. So in Texas, you actually don't need any credentials. You just need to be able to fog a mirror. Just kidding. No, not like California where you need a HIS license, an HIS license through the CSLB. In Texas, you just need a good partner to work with who will.
You need a couple of feet with a nice pair of boots and a head that'll fit a 10-gallon hat, and you're off to the races there.
Yeah, you just need to yeehaw, then you can sell solar.
Get a good yeehaw going, and you are ready.
Yep.
Yeah, it's definitely good opportunity.
Yeah, didn't offend too many Texans out there.
No.
You guys are good.
Okay, back to our agenda here. I'm going to steal it back from you real quick. Weekend chat is back. We apologize for anybody who was impacted by that. That was a little bit of an oversight on our part. This is all part of the Concierge rollout. In case that wasn't clear, everybody is going to get Concierge. But unfortunately, not everybody has Concierge yet. So we do need to still obviously accommodate everybody at the best times we can. So it is coming back. Eventually, we are going to be shortening those hours back to that Monday to Friday, 9 to 6. But for the time being, while we are working through the backlog and while we are getting Concierge availability for everybody, we will have the weekend chat back. So just wanted to get that out there. Again, sorry for anybody who was impacted by that on last Saturday, but won't be the case in the future. We got some new NEM Docs in Aurora. Some other cool stuff, obviously, coming in Aurora all the time. But the latest thing here is for all of your projects that are TPO, you may have run into the fact that they don't include net metering docs in their agreements when you're signing those for all these TPOs. And so that has caught a few projects off guard. And so what we have now is when you are doing TPO sales in Aurora, after the TPO agreements are signed, you want to pop back into the project in Aurora and select the appropriate NEM docs for that utility.
Yeah, there's a couple of ways that you can go about it, but I'm going to show you the route that most people are taking, right? So on the left-hand side, you have your dashboard. And if you scroll down just a little further, you're going to see the Documents tab. Click on that, and then you'll have the opportunity to see a few different options, right? You got your proposals, both web version and PDF. But if you scroll down just a little bit more, you have the agreements section. Now, the net meter agreement is an agreement that needs to be signed for every project of yours that enters our pipeline, especially for the 3 utilities, which would be SDG&E, SCE, and PG&E. So once you click on that new agreement form, you'll have a few selections here. So based on your territory, if you're in Edison, you're selling PV plus battery, this is the document you would want to select from the drop-down menu. Now you will see a few others. So if you're doing a cash deal, I'll just highlight this real quick, not to get too off topic, but you will see Paykeeper, credit card loan with cosigner, or just loan. So just know that if you're doing a cash deal or purchase loan, this is where you can find our ESP HIA agreement. So reverting back to NEM Docs, in this case, we're Edison PV plus battery. So I'm going to select that one. And the very first thing that you see here is customer homeowner name. We want to supply the name of the client that's on the utility bill. It usually is the homeowner that's also on title, but not every time. So to help here, just know, match the name of the utility bill. So maybe in this case, that homeowner's name is Brandon Barton. put in their email. Now you're going to copy the attachments at joinesp.com and insert it there, and copy PPO at joinesp.com and post it there. Once you've done that, your work is completed and you're going to click continue. If you do something wrong, it will tell you. So I probably have a space at the very end of .com, and I do. So let me go ahead and revert. Now we can continue. Now, you do not need to include the equipment specs or PDF proposal. This can remain deselected. Click continue. This will then shoot off the agreement to the client to sign. So send for signatures though at the bottom right. That's the final step here. Do not alter or change anything with that net meter agreement feature. If you were to do anything wrong there, it might require a resign. Now, we're all used to, in the past, ESP signing on behalf of, it was in our language, right? We would handle the net metering docs or the homeowner. But as we know, the solar world is changing. Utilities are updating their systems, and they put out an announcement that these do need to be signed by the client at point of sale. If you guys get ahead of the game now, submit those docs to us early in the game. It's going to be very helpful for your project progression to install and PTO.
Yeah, we used to be able to do the endorsement doc where it was just like, yeah, we'll handle everything. But because these are agreements between the customer and their power provider, basically, they do need to have the person on the power bill signed. All of these docs are multiple pages. And so for the ease of getting these signed, we did only include the signature pages on them. If the customers really want to read the entire thing, it's available on the utility company's website. It's a bunch of just really jargon stuff. If somebody really insists on reading the entire thing, we can help you guys point them in the right direction. But for the most part, these are just, we'll fill out everything that needs to be filled out on the additional pages. All we're looking for is just that they're endorsing it themselves.
Yeah.
Another thing to add to this is not only are the utilities requiring this, but the lenders are actually requiring them signatures. So if you're concerned about getting paid quickly and or just paid in general and getting a job funded, you might want to seriously consider making sure that you get this completed at every single sale at time of sale. Otherwise, it will guaranteed delay things along the way. So again, some of the lenders out there are requiring this even just for NTP, just to get the job started. So it's like a STIP that's being floated in. So just think about it that way. And I have a feeling that will light a fire.
Yeah, just to confirm too, I'm going to answer this live. If the utility bill is different than the homeowner on the contract, that's okay. We're not stuck. We are going to match what's on the utility bill for the net metering docs.
That's part of the reason why we simplified it to just have like the person signing, because there's a bunch of places like, what does it say on the utility bill? What's the meter number? What's the account number? What's all this? So we'll handle all that stuff. We just need to make sure that there's a person signing.
Most likely, we're already reaching out to all of the customers that do not have NEM Docs signed personally. And so we'll be reaching out. If for whatever reason we cannot get a hold of them, then we will enlist all of you as the salespeople for these homeowners to support us and support yourself in getting this stuff taken care of as fast as possible. So great question. Thank you. It's a team effort. We're partners here, folks.
We got one other piece of awesome content for you guys that we wanted to share with you, because one of the things that we know can be tricky is getting a roof quote request, and really just that manual process of clicking around the outside of the Google roof, right? And there's always a little bit of that room for error. So we found something really cool in Aurora. And Brandon, if you wanna hop in, or sure. Let's go through start to finish what you as a rep would be doing when you want to get a roof quote request from ESP.
All right. So at the point of sale, you're going to go to the sales resource hub, easily accessible from your computer, iPad, phone. Scroll down. You're going to hit that roof quote estimator. Now there's a few questions on this link. So territory, choose that first. We'll consider this one LA. The roof type, let's just make it comp shingle. And then the roof square footage, typically we would gather that from Google Earth. But in this case, since we all have Aurora, we're going to go ahead and jump over to the Aurora platform, hop into your projects. Now, the key feature here is that you need to have design mode ability. So if you don't have that as a sales rep, lean on your manager at your company, and that manager can reach out to the ESP account executive to turn this on for you. So we're going to hop right into the design mode of the one that you want to sell and get that re-roof quote for. So in this case, it's going to be design number 2 for cash ACH. And we want to do a new roof for the southwest facing roof surface. So in order to do that, we're going to highlight that roof array just by clicking on it once. And if you were to take a look at the right-hand side, we can see that roof pitch is 26 degrees. And this is all by use of LiDAR. And then you can see what that area is to the T, 1,123 feet squared. So we're going to copy that 1123. We're going to go back to your roof quote estimating tool. I don't know why it captured E7, but that's okay. 1123. That roof pitch was 26 degrees.
Yeah, pop back over to Aurora if you would be so kind. I just want to show on that side. So if you remember from how we used to have you do it in Google, you would just be clicking around the outside of all those points on the exterior of the roof, and you'd be maybe within hopefully a few feet, a few dozen feet or whatever. What Brandon just said with LiDAR measurement, and I think we've gone over this on the Aurora webinars before, they have literally shot lasers from space down and measured every single point that it hits on the roof within a matter of inches. And so that's always going to be way more accurate than doing it by hand and having that room for error. And it'll also capture that pitch, which you don't always get with Google Earth unless you're really good at estimating from Google Street View. So this is just going to be a massive leg up for accuracy on roof quotes. And yeah, I just want to encourage everybody, if you don't have the design mode, we'll make it easy for you guys to request it so that we can upgrade your permissions and you can capture this information right on the fly. And remember, if you are going to do a full re-roof of the entire roof space, Aurora may only let you select one roof plane at a time. So you would have to add those together when you're getting that total roof fit.
Absolutely.
Cool.
All right. I think that covered that pretty good. Danny, what's next on your
So, but the next thing, funny you should ask, we saved the best for last, like we were saying. We got our super secret hackathon right here. Andy, I believe you wanted to take this one. Yeah.
In the spirit of being good partners, we found out something the other day, and maybe some of you already know this, but I didn't when I found this out recently. I shared it with another group and they were like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. This is cool. We're going to show this here and then we're going to put this in the vault. So you're going to have to reach out to us to get information. So we're open AI over here at ESP. We want to share all the goodness. We want to share all the love. So this will be recorded and it will be dropped. Reach out to your account executives over here at ESP, myself, Brandon, Jason, Rick, the whole crew, and we'll help you sell more, sell faster.
I think that's a lot of love for Valentine's Day, right, guys? Like,
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah, we really appreciate everybody sticking with us. And yeah, no, we love being of service to all of our partners out there and making sure that all of our reps, dealers, homeowners, everybody is feeling the love, all that good stuff.
I felt it.
Thanks, everybody, for your time today. Let's have a great weekend.
Okay.
Happy
See you guys. Take care.
See you later.